Well, hey there, entrepreneurs. Welcome back to another of our live Ask Me Anything sessions. I am really excited to see all of you. We're going to dive in and answer questions that came in first. But if you're joining us live, get in my chat box and let me know what your social media marketing business questions are. And we're going to get those answered for you today. We're going to kick this off with a really great question from Naturally Free Inc. that says, how do you host an Instagram live takeover where another Instagrammer is hosting on your live, but you do not show up on screen? So they joined us on one of our videos all about how to go live on Instagram. And when it comes to doing takeovers, it's actually a little bit different than you think, because you cannot just let somebody come onto your live broadcast without you being on air through their own accounts. When you are doing a takeover, you actually have to let the other person sign into your account. So that means you need to give them your sign-in information, your password, and let them control your account. So there are a couple of things I do recommend if this is something you're doing. First and foremost, you need to trust the person who is taking over your account. And then you need to make sure that you are also giving them kind of some specifications of what they can and cannot do. I do recommend that you give them a temporary password. So before you give it to them, change the password associated with your account and then give them a temporary one. And then as soon as they're done, change it back to your normal password so they're only active on your Instagram platform for that hour that they are taking over your Instagram, or up to an hour that they're taking over your Instagram account. And I do recommend you make sure that you have all of your settings situated so that should something happen, you can retrieve your password, you can reset it from your email, from your account, so that they cannot necessarily mess anything up or accidentally or intentionally take away control of your Instagram account. This is a really fun way to let people be involved with your account and talk to your followers, although I recommend that you are hosting them, that you are on screen with them. It's not something I necessarily recommend that you just give them control of your Instagram to go live and to talk to your people without you, because you are the one introducing this person to your fans, to your clients, to the people hanging out with you. So I do recommend that you are hosting them on your platform as opposed to a takeover. But if you are doing a takeover, you do have to give them your sign-in information and allow them to control your account for up to an hour as they're interacting with your people. Thanks so much for your question. I do appreciate it. And thanks, Danielle, for joining us live. Marshmallow Cake, hello. Excited to see you guys. Let me know what industry you're in, because as I am answering questions today, I will be catering my examples to the people who are live. So if you are some type of candle maker or an artist, or you're a life coach, or you're a business coach, or whatever you happen to do, I will give examples for your businesses. So let me know in that chat box who you are and what you do. And of course, if you've got questions, now's a great time to drop those in. We had Vendi join us this week on one of our YouTube videos and says, thank you so much for the tips. I haven't done an IG live stream yet, but this makes me feel more confident about it. Well, Vendi, I'm super excited to hear that. Instagram Live is actually a really great way to grow your business. So I highly recommend using those productivity tips to make the most out of your live streaming and get yourself over on Instagram Live, because this is a great way to grow your following, interact with the people, and develop trust with people who will eventually buy your products or services. So thanks so much for hanging out with us. Jamie hung out with us and said, love your energy. These are great ideas. Thanks for sharing. We were talking all about how you can get your guests ready to come on your live stream show so that they know exactly what they're doing. They understand the technology. They've got everything covered and they feel confident. And it's an easy yes for them to come and join you while you are on air, so that you can get more people to come hang out as guest stars. We broke down exactly how you can be doing that in the video. Jamie, thanks so much for hanging out. Appreciate it. Scott joined us this week and says, great tips on setting up virtual conventions. Breaking down the steps make it seem so much more manageable. Well, Scott, thanks so much for hanging out. It's interesting how easy it is to actually create a virtual con when you break it down into these steps. If you guys are interested in creating a virtual con where you can get your people to come on air and interact with your people to build up your platform, make sure you're checking out our virtual con series that's going on right now on our YouTube page. Make sure you hit that subscribe and notification bell. We're breaking down everything you need to know and then getting into detail to make your con even better. I've been running a couple of these in the last month or so, and dang, they have boosted my engagement. They've got more fans coming to me. Like, highly recommended doing virtual cons right now, especially while everyone is home. So make sure you are checking those videos out. Olivia joined us and said, when I click, and she was on, I should clarify, she was on how to post your Instagram main feed videos and photos over to your stories. So we did a tutorial about how to send your main account stuff to your stories to get better engagement. And Livia says, when I clicked the paper airplane button, it didn't show the stories option. Why would that be? It just showed the option to send to others. Really appreciate your help. Thanks. Okay, Livia, so here's the deal with this one. When you are on Instagram, sometimes it is just a pain and it doesn't work. Sometimes it is because you don't have access to that content. So if you're trying to share someone else's content to your stories, might not work for you. Sometimes it comes down to the type of phone you have or if you have not updated your Instagram app. So I actually asked her for more information, and she had said she was using her own account. So it was her own post, and it was on her own account. And she just wanted to send it to her stories to get a little love for that new post that she had put in her main feed. And it didn't have that airplane button. So backtracking just a little bit, when you are sending your content from one location to another, there's a little paper airplane button, and it'll allow you to send it to people through direct message or to your stories. And occasionally that will not show up. And this is because you either don't have permission to do that, you do not have an updated version of your app, so you'll need to update it. You may need to shut down the app entirely or shut down your phone entirely and pull it back up to trigger it to work properly, because sometimes it's just a little glitchy. And sometimes it comes down to the type of phone you have. There are certain brands of phones that do not always work properly with certain apps. So it's going to be one of those things. You just kind of have to go through it. And I'm actually waiting on a little bit more information from her on the type of phone that she uses, because I know that there are certain phones that do and do not work. But if you are having trouble with that, try shutting the app down completely, pulling it back up, try shutting your phone down completely, and then going back into the app. And then if you still have problems, it could potentially be a glitch. So try later and see if it works, or it could be the type of phone that you are using. It's just not supported for that particular feature. Or again, it could just come down to a glitch. So you do the best that you can. And worst case, you bootstrap this and you just take a picture of that post that you've put on there, put it on your Instagram stories, and direct people back to your main feed with a really great teaser to get them to go read your caption and check out the full image or video over on your main feed. You can also do this for IGTV videos. Pretty damn cool, right? All right. Bailey Jean commented and said, great advice. This was definitely helpful. Thanks for sharing. We were talking about what was the best time to be posting on social media. So if you need to know, this is one of our live Ask Me Anythings just like this a few weeks ago. She popped in. And we were talking all about when you should be posting on air. Bailey Jean, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Appreciate it, as always. Ernie C. joined us. He was commenting on a video where I was talking about how to run an Instagram live interview. And I dropped a question in my comments for that asked, who would you like to get on your Instagram live stream as a guest? And Ernie volunteered me. And Ernie, I would love to come hang out with you guys. If you are looking for guests to come onto your Instagram lives, your YouTube, your Facebook lives, your whatevers, I would love to come join you and talk all about social media marketing strategy or my books. And I would totally love to hang out with you guys. So if you're looking for guests, I'm your girl. He continues to say, love the vid. Recently launched an IG live series where I interview guests. As nerve-wracking as it was, it ended up being so much fun. Now it's a weekly series. Yes, Ernie, I love that, because yes, it is a little bit scary. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, but listen, it works so dang well. And the more you do it, the easier it gets, and the bigger following you grow, and the more guests you can get on your show as well. So I'm really glad you took the leap, Ernie, and I can't wait to see what you're doing inside of your Instagram live series. Kiara Rubin joined us and said, making things as easy as possible for people is key. I agree. Great video. We're talking all about how to make it easy for your guests to say yes to coming on your videos and teaching your fans and growing your platform over on what you're doing on your live streams. Thanks so much for hanging out. We appreciate it. Sonia Robinson, who, by the way, has a great last name, said, super helpful tips. I've been using live a lot more so. This is great. So we were talking all about productivity tips for Instagram Lives. I actually jumped onto Instagram Live last week or earlier this week. I don't know, the last week or so. And I was talking about 3 big productivity tips to save me time and effort while I'm live streaming on Instagram. And there's a really dang good tips, which I actually also recently just shared with Danielle, who's hanging out with us in the comments. Hey, girl, I am really excited to be bringing you more Instagram hacks. My Instagram content has been exploding this week. So you guys are learning and growing, and I am so excited for all the thousands of views that we've been getting on these Instagram hacks series videos. We're actually adding in bonus content this week, aside from what we normally teach you know, right now we're focusing on how to do live streams really, really well, but Instagram has been so searched in general on my platform, and I've been getting thousands and thousands of video views like daily on it. We're adding in more Instagram content. I'm going to be dropping some of those in the next couple of days as bonus videos, so stay tuned. I'm actually going to show you how to use the filters inside of Instagram without them being like super icky and bright and just like ruining your photos. I show you how to use them in a way that enhances your photos without being like glaringly obvious that you just slapped a filter on that. So I'm just saying, make sure you stay tuned. You're going to want to learn that one because we're saving your photos from ruining your grid with filters. It's a thing. Danielle says, loving all your videos. Thank you, Danielle. Appreciate it. We did have a question this week. It said, I got back into live video on my Facebook. Yay, needed the push. I am so glad. I'm so glad that you're doing Facebook Lives. She also goes on to say, does live work similarly for YouTube? I just got a be.live account. Super excited to check it out. So in this video, we're talking all about how to do split screens on Facebook, how you can do the customized branding. You know the drill. All the cool things that I do using a platform called be.live, which now allows me to live stream to both Facebook and to YouTube and to record offline too, and all sorts of amazing things. When it comes down to live streaming on Facebook versus YouTube inside of be.live, exact same thing. The only difference is the location that you are picking, and currently they're working on doing simulcasting. So in the next couple of weeks, we're actually going to get the ability to go live on both Facebook and on YouTube at the same time using the same thing. It's going to be amazing. But inside of be.live, exact same thing. Literally all you have to do right now is switch your destination to YouTube versus Facebook, and everything else stays the same, which makes it so dang easy to live stream. We got a great comment on one of our videos this week that said, definitely thinking of doing a virtual convention. Going to come back to this video for sure. I was breaking down just how long your panels on a virtual convention should be. Should they be 15 minutes? Should they be 45? Should they be an hour? Should they be 2 hours? Should they be 4 hours? I break down the exact number that you should be aiming for between here and here within a 15-minute gap. And then the following video, I'm actually going to be dropping how long you should plan in between panels for success during a live virtual convention. So that's coming out on Friday. Hit the subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out on that one. And thanks, friend, for hanging out. I always appreciate you checking out the videos. Natalie says, such a natural in front of the camera. Also, I wish I had your hair. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm a big fan of Rapunzel, if you could not tell, with the super long hair. And I taught myself to be like this in front of the camera. This is not how I normally am. I'm an introvert. I don't like talking in groups. I don't like speaking. So this has been a process where I have taught myself how to do this through a series of webinars that I used to teach and courses that I've created and live streams that I've done. It's been about 6 years now to get to what you have seen here today and in my other videos. So practice makes perfect, Natalie. The more you do it, the better you get. Thanks so much for your encouragement. I appreciate it. And thank you for the hair love. We got another question from Jay, or a comment from Jay. Nope, it is a question. It's a question from Jay, who says, how do you save the comments and interactions when you download the video? You mentioned something about screen capture. Thank you. Okay, so we were talking all about how to go live on Instagram and that you can actually download your footage. So we have a video out that I did maybe a week or two ago, 2-3 weeks ago, where I show you 2 different ways that you can be saving your footage from Instagram. The first is to save it on the Instagram app. There's a little arrow you can download and it saves it directly to your phone. And when you save it directly to your phone from the Instagram app, it only records the footage, not the captions, not what people are saying, not those comments. So that is if you want a very professional looking video to pop onto your social media without the scrolling comments. If you want the social proof that people were there and talking to you live, you actually have to screen record it. So you're going to attach your phone to your camera via a tether, or you can screen record it right on your phone, but you might not get the audio. So I always tether it to my computer. I connect it and I'll use like QuickTime to record it or something. And I do recommend doing it with a secondary device. Now, Instagram has just allowed us to watch live video on desktop and comment on it from your desktop. So you can also pull it up on your desktop and record it from there while you are working on your phone if you don't have a second phone, or if you don't have some other type of e-readery device where you can be screen recording at from there. So this is one of those things where you have to decide if you want to download it directly from Instagram, which you have to do as soon as you hit the off button. You can't go back and save it later. Or do you want to screen record it while you're live or after you're live on your phone? Check out the video because there's some really great tips and tricks and that will help you to pick the right version for you guys. So let me know. Let me know which is going to work best for you, but there are a couple different ways that you can be downloading that footage to then save those comments and the engagement and the interactions that you are getting on your video in terms of recording that off of Instagram, because they don't actually give us that example. Danielle says, it's hard to think of you as an introvert. I know I'm really good at hiding it. I'm very much an introvert, though. I very much like my space. But yeah. I've learned tips and tricks along the way. I've learned you just got to keep going. And if you go back and you watch my early stuff, you'll see a difference. You will see a difference in the way that I am able to speak, the way I'm able to talk. The other thing is I'm really, really good at knowing my content. So I don't just hop on and just like talk about whatever. I hop on and I talk about things that I know, that I know, that I know, that I know. So as a social media strategist, I know that I know that I know that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Instagram and YouTube and live streaming and Facebook and messenger bots and like all these things I've studied very, very intently. So I know my stuff and I don't stumble because I know my stuff. When it comes to my author life, I know my books. I know my characters. I know the book world stuff. I've studied the industry. I've written the books. I've done the things. I speak on what I know. If you threw me on stage to talk about a topic I don't know, I could probably at this point sound decent. I could sound pretty good, but I have definitely... I definitely know that I would do better knowing the topic, but it's taken me years and years and years. At 6 years, 7 years into this, I can be handed a topic and say, go teach this, go do this, go talk about this, whether or not it's within my industry or my niche or my whatever. And I can kind of work my way around it. But that's with many, many years of practice. So know your content. Know your content. You're going to be much more confident on air. And Danielle also says, oh, dang, I haven't tried that yet, watching live on a desktop. I haven't either. And that is 100% because no one has gone live that I follow. I am the live streamer, and I have not caught anybody live streaming that I'm following, which means they are actually losing the chance at that interaction. Right now, I'm going to be very, very candid and very, very honest with you guys. Right now, while everybody is in lockdown, man alive, my statistics have spiked. I've gone from like hundreds of views to thousands of views. My book sales are up. My statistics on YouTube, on all of my channels, all of my platforms have spiked significantly to the point where YouTube is saying, I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing something really, really well. You've just increased by 36%, 38%. I think I'm up to 39% increase on one of my platforms at this point. And they're like literally sending me things saying, hey, whatever you're doing, it's working. Keep going. And that is because I'm creating the content. So I am growing right now while everybody's at home and has nothing to do and nothing to watch, and they want to interact or they want to learn or they want to be entertained. And so people who are not doing live streams and not putting videos out right now are actually hurting their businesses because they're not taking this opportunity to grow. I have grown significantly in the last 2 months, but especially in the last 1 month, because everybody's paying attention at this point. Everybody's bored. They need something to do. And so they are learning and they're doing things that are entertaining them. So this is the time to be jumping on and doing this. And nobody in my world has live streamed at a point. And to clarify that, there have been like 1 or 2 people in my world that have live streamed at like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm not getting back on my computer at 10 o'clock at night to try it. So there have been like 1 or 2 that I've watched, but for the most part, people are not live streaming on Instagram right now, which means I'm getting all the viewers, which I'm totally down for. But I highly recommend that you guys do it too. And if you guys have tried live stream viewing on desktop from Instagram Live, please let me know. I want to know how that goes for you. because I'm very interested to see how that works. I've seen video, like screen recordings of people watching it, so I know what it looks like, but I would love to try it. So if you're going to go live on Instagram at some point, please let me know. I want to come watch you from my desktop. We'll see how it goes. And we did have Carol join us this week as well. She says, thanks for alerting me to be.live. Sounds very good. We were talking all about how to use be.live to do split screen like this on air, how to do customized branding, backgrounds, you know, all the fun things, pulling up user comments, like we just did with Danielle's comments, like that. We were just pulling that up. You can actually put words up on screen, all the fun things for be.live. I can get you guys a free trial if you want, by the way. I mean, I'll give you my link. But I appreciate you being here, Carol, and checking that out. be.live is a resource that I highly recommend to all of my students. In fact, I recommend it so much that I've formed a membership around it where I am teaching entrepreneurs how to build one really big, important, engaging live stream in their business every single month to create more profit inside of your business. It's called Livestream Action Plan. You can go to livestreamactionplan.com, where every single month I'm giving you a roadmap, like step by step, word for word, button for button, everything you need to know about this one thing. And all you have to do is grab the action plan, fill in some blanks on your captions, make your marketing graphic, which we actually are going to be doing together tomorrow inside of my group. We're going to have some office hour work time. And then all you have to do is fill in some blanks and go live. I do all the rest of the work for you. These are battle-tested, amazing live streams. And then we also give you some bonus content like the work hours, the office hours with me, the Q&As. There's a magazine where I'm showing you breaking social media world news. We kind of level up what you're doing over there. We've got some great articles. We've got talking about background and like helping you with your live streams or your videos. We've got helping you with your Instagram posts and your Facebook Messenger bots and like all those fun, fabulous things, plus additional live streams you could be doing to supplement the big live stream if you want. So you either have the ability to just grab the action plan and do the one thing during the month with a content calendar and the checklist where I am showing you like step by step when to be doing things and when to have them done so you're not overwhelmed. It's just like a couple minutes, a couple of times a week to get worked up to your live stream. And then we get that handled. We get your marketing. We get how to repurpose your videos, like all that stuff. You can get all of that inside of your action plan and just do that. But if you want a little more, we've also got some extra content in there with the with our monthly magazine, with some of the things we're going to be doing inside of our community group, with some of the work hours we're going to be doing. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks and behind the scenes. So you can be very, very strategic and just do the action plan and do the live stream, or you can get some extra stuff to kind of supplement what you're doing as well if you want to build up your business in that way. Livestreamactionplan.com. There's a free, totally free full course over there on how to create your own talk show. Everything from tech to what to do about your talk show, to what to talk to how to get guests, like all those good, fabulous things. There's actually an action plan that you can grab as well. So there's some fun things over there at livestreamactionplan.com for all the fun. And if you've got more social media questions, hit me up in the comments below. I'm going to save them for next week's live Ask Me Anything. I might record a full video for you. Like yesterday, or 2 days ago, I got a really great question from Marie, who was trying to figure out the direction her business should go in. And I filmed a full video and answered her. And now she knows exactly what to do. And she is going to do the dang thing. I'm so excited for her. But I would love to hear from you guys. Get in my comments below and let me know what your social media, marketing, or business questions are. I'll get as many answers as possible. And you can also join me on Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern on Instagram Live, where I'm doing an Ask Me Anything over there, where you can also come on air with me and ask your questions face-to-face in real time so that I can answer those for you while we're on air, and you can actually chat with me face-to-face. So come join me on Fridays at 4 p.m. Thanks, friends, so much for being here. If you have not hit the subscribe or notification bell yet, make sure you are doing that right now, because I'm dropping so much good content on live streaming and on Instagram over the next week and a half. Like, boy, do I have things planned for you and bonus content you do not want to miss out as you're growing your business during quarantine. To make sure you are making the most out of this time, trust me when I say every single one of my platforms has shot up with statistics, with the money I'm bringing in. Like, whew, now is the time, friends. Now is the time, and we're equipping you to make sure you are creating that profitable business through smart social media marketing right here on the platform. So I will see you inside of our next YouTube videos. Thanks, guys, so much for joining me. Drop your social media questions below, and we will get those answered for you. Until then, have a great day and stay inspired, friends.